Good morning. So nice to see you on a Friday. This has been an odd week for sure. I think for an awful lot of us, it's strange to think that the weekend is already here, but happily, I think we'll take it. I'm sure this week's snow and cold probably has you saying, though, take me to the beach. But next weekend, we're going to give the ice one more chance because it's the Skillet Curling Tournament at Ice on the Landing, and all of it goes to benefit the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. Phil Harris is on the board at the food bank, and he's not afraid of that ice. Neither is Kylie Gunter, who works for Lodge Cast Iron, and she also is on their team competing to raise money for the food bank. So good to see you both.
Good morning. Thank you.
So I don't even know where to start with this conversation because what I think I know about the Skillet Curling Tournament and what I ought to know are probably two very different things. So I'll start with something I did not know.
Okay.
These Lodge Cast Iron skillets, which Kylie is holding in her hand, these indestructible things that are passed down generation to generation, you break them?
We break probably 60 or 70 a year. So without Lodge's support giving me a lot of skillets, we would run out.
Why? What is it that happens to cause this?
I think they get so cold on the ice, and you've got various degrees of force being used on throwing the skillets.
That's a polite
when they
way
hit
to
against
say
each other, they break, they snap, the handles break, or sometimes they'll just shatter right in the middle. It's pretty amazing. It surprised me.
You've been with Lodge for 7 years. How long have you been on the team?
This is my second year on the team.
Okay. So what keeps you doing it? What makes it so much fun?
I think so. Two of Lodge's values are we give back and we want to change the world. So getting to be a part of skillet curling is both of those, plus a whole lot of fun getting to do the one thing you're not supposed to do with a skillet, which is throw it. So yeah, it's just a great, cause to be throwing skillets for.
It's got to be a lot of fun. So you were kind of giving me the backstory, Phil, of how you got involved with this. Pretty much somebody just said, hey, do you want to do it? And you said, sure. And you got hooked. Yeah,
I mean, it's such a unique event, especially for January. There's not much going on.
Right.
And the first time I played, I was like, oh, this is such a unique, cool event. And then with my affiliation with the food bank, I thought, let's take this to the next level. Let's make the event a little more philanthropic, and let's start raising some money. And so 4 years ago, I think we raised $500 or $1,000, and 3 years ago, $2,500. 2 years ago, $5,000, and then last year we raised $15,000.
Really?
And so the goal this year is 35, and I believe if I look at the numbers right now, we're probably touching right at 20,000 right now, with still more than a week to go to the tournament.
And the great thing is, obviously, that money is coming in through the registrations for the teams, but then when people go down to be spectators, they can give, right?
They can, and actually all the teams have a donation portal that they use, so all the teams are out there raising money. And we give a trophy and prizes to the team that raises the most funds for the food bank.
So I realize it's like asking a violinist to let me hold their Stradivarius, but can I
Oh,
hold
of
your
course.
skillet?
There you go. Don't break it.
Okay, so I have my husband's father's skillet that we still use, and it might be a little heavier than this, but this is what I was expecting. So what's the strategy? Either one of you can say, do you slide it like a bowling ball, or do you throw it? That's a good throw if you throw it. I mean, that's heavy.
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes.
So
Okay.
some people will do just like that, and they'll almost do a bowling technique. Some people will hold it like that and do a pan, and then some people like to throw what's called a turtle, and so that's a turtle. So some people will throw it upside down. That way, when it goes across the ice, it acts almost like a ram, and it knocks all the skillets away.
Okay, so what is it? Because it looks a little bit like croquet or something. So how do you play? What's the strategy?
So you actually start with a panini press that we get from Lodge.
Yep.
And so you throw what's called the bacon out there. It's our target, just like you would in bocce ball. So the bacon is out there, and then each of the teams will throw their skillets. And how you score is you want to get as many skillets as close to that target as you can before the other teams. So we play to 11. So it really is a mix of
Wait, what do you mean
curling and bocce ball.
So the first team to get 11?
To 11 points. And you score points by getting your skillets closest to that target before the other team.
Okay, so if there are 10 teams, each one gets to throw one skillet and then somebody wins that round?
So this year we have 32 teams playing.
Okay.
And so on the ice you'll have 2 teams, and you'll have 4 people on each side, and they will alternate throwing skillets. So Kylie would throw hers, I would throw mine, she would throw hers, I would throw mine, and if both of my skillets were closer to the target than hers, I would score 2 points.
So do you draw a number if you've got 32 teams? Because I would think that it's almost to your benefit to go last, because then you can try to knock somebody out of the way.
So that's what we do. That's
Am
what,
I right?
Yes.
Okay.
absolutely.
Maybe next year I'll be on the team.
Yes.
Okay. So what were you saying though?
So that's what we do this Sunday. We're having a kickoff party at Naked River Brewing Sunday, and that's where all the teams will come together, and they'll actually pick a number and they'll place themselves on the bracket to see who they're going to play first.
Okay.
So we'll end up playing from 6 to 10 o'clock on Thursday the 25th, pretty much all day Saturday the 27th, and most of the day on Sunday the 28th.
Okay.
To finally get to the champion.
If anybody wants to plan ahead for next year and try to think about forming a team, how do you practice?
So we have practice actually this Sunday and
Okay.
this Monday. So I set practices up. I work real close with Ice on the Landing, and we get practice sessions at night and in the mornings on the weekend.
Okay.
And so I will stagger the teams and make sure they each have enough practice time before the tournament.
And maybe some people use like the office hallway a little bit, right?
Just
Right.
carry their skillet around with them.
Well, you're going to tone up if you keep carrying this around with you. So here's where you can go. It's the Skillet Curling Tournament. Lodge Cast Iron has been great to be behind this for all these years, so thanks. Good luck to both of you. I don't want to wish the best for either one of you over the other one, but I know y'all are competing. IceOnTheLanding.com is where you can go, right? You also can make donations at the food bank website.
You can, if you go to the Chattanooga Area Food Bank website, they'll have the event posted, and there's also, you'll see a donation portal that's out there as well that will direct the donations toward the Skillet event.
That is going to be a fun 3 days.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you so
you.
much.
At 58 Foundations and Waterproofing, we know sooner is better when it comes to repairing your foundation, basement, or crawl space. So we're making it easier on you with 12 months, no interest, no payments financing, plus our money-back guarantee. 58 Foundations.